Hello everyone, welcome back to another video in the channel Charles. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel Charles. Please remember to keep your comments just non-offensive, and let's get into the video. So, 4-6, people are full of BS, and I want to be talking more about people not growing up, and yeah, this, can be, in video games too. And you could be friends with somebody that is probably way below the age of 18, and you might end up being, way past the age of 18, and they would define the other person that's playing with them that you can't do this and that because, this person is under the age of 18 and that stuff. And yeah, last I checked, video games have nothing to do with reality, so yeah. Yeah, good luck at trying to prove a point on that, because, if you're trying to make points that video games connect with reality, you're doing a horrible job with it. And by the check, research shows that there is zero evidence that video games compare to reality. So, like, why are you even trying to make those points? Alright, if research says zero evidence was found to compare video games with reality, then why are you, why are you still trying so hard to actually make, basis points that are just, that are not even, there? If there's no research, why are you actually trying to fill in the blanks there when, when evidence says that there is nothing comparing video games with reality? So, I mean, why? Why? And, yeah, you know what? People are just so full of BS. Yeah, there are people that just, they don't understand what reality is, and they don't understand what a video game is. Alright, and a video game is just a fictional world with a bunch of fictional video game characters that you can play as avatars. Alright, and yeah, and there isn't there isn't really anything that you can do to compare video games with reality. Alright, what about the fact that you played Pokemon X and you were playing as a preteen Pokemon trainer? Alright, does that necessarily mean that, I'm playing as an underaged preteen, and I was a teen back then? Oh wait, that should be illegal. That should be illegal, right? I mean, the law should say, I just did a big one there. I need to get myself, I need to go down to the police station and I need to say, I play Pokemon X. I've been playing as a preteen trainer and that stuff. I need to, go to my jail and lock myself up, you bro. Yeah, because I was just, fictional characters, and you have to go to jail for that. Yeah, you know what? I'd say that. Okay, you know what? You're playing a video game, and they have nothing to do with reality. So, like, yeah. All right, and if there's no point, if there's zero evidence that video games connect, like, have to do with something with reality, then, like, why would you, like, why would you try making points then? Alright? Yeah. Alright. Video games have nothing to do with reality. So, like, yeah, why are you making all these baseless, claims? Alright? If there is no comparison. Alright? I don't understand. I'm not understanding it. That people are just, like, full BS these days. Alright? They're just people that just don't understand that, this is the reality that it is. There are people that are just going to be this stupid, and they're going to try making somebody else's life a living hell. You know why? Because this is just as a little, like, as you would expect, a little kid, this is their entertainment. They love to make somebody else's life so enjoyable, and making somebody else's life hell for a person, and so enjoyable for them themselves. Alright? That's ultimately what it is. Alright? And yeah. And everybody knows that, this is just, I have to say that this is literally stupid. It's stupid how people are. This stuff, it's stupid what these idiots do. I just, it amazes me how much stupidity there is in people. It amazes me. Alright? It amazes me on how stupid that they really are. Alright? It's just, it can be so overwhelming, it can drive people up a wall. Yeah. So, you know what I have to say? I have to say is you obviously are doing, like, a bad job trying to compare video games to reality. I just give up trying to make a point and try to compare video games to reality. If you can't do it, then obviously it's baseless reasons that you're trying to come up with and that stuff, and you should just, like, give up. Alright? And stop trying so hard to make baseless excuses. Alright? And yeah, it's not your business to, like, it's not your business to be rubbing your nose into other people's business. Last I checked. That's not your business. Alright, and why are you doing it? Why are you asking other people what their age is, what their sex is, and, like, where do they live? Alright, like, why are you doing that crap and garbage? Well, you're looking for ways to make somebody else's life a living hell. That's what it is. Alright? And, yeah, it's so stupid. It is. Alright? You're obviously somebody that just loves to ruin other people's life. This is what you do. This is how you treat other people and that stuff. And treating somebody else like hell is what you know how to do, best. Okay? So I gotta be honest with you. Alright? I'm just saying it like it is, This is what idiots love to do. They love making somebody else's life, hell for them. This is just, I'm disgusted with a lot of people that do this type of garbage, do this type of crap. Why can't people just play video games with other people and, not rub somebody else's and other people's personal business? Alright? Last I checked, it's nobody else's business. Okay? Yeah. So, yeah. I have to say that whatever you're doing to make somebody else's life a living hell, you're going to have a rotten life ahead of you. I'm just going to say it like it is because, hey, if that's what you want to do, is go around and treat everybody else like they're garbage and like they are just a horrible human being based off of just what they do in a video game or whatever and that stuff, then you know what? You should actually feel like pretty guilty and sorry for yourself right there. Like I said, there's no way to compare what people do in video games to reality. So, I would actually stop trying to make those points. Alright? Because, like I said, they're baseless. Alright? And again, there's no research that says that. Research shows that there is zero evidence where there is just zero evidence that video games have have stuff to do with reality. Alright? Okay? So, I don't know who got the I don't know who has that thinking. I don't know. But there are just filthy, filthy, disgusting, dirty human beings that just don't know how to, like, get a life. That's just pretty much it, you know? Yeah, there are people that are just that stupid. Okay? Yeah, that'll be it. Yeah, that's my point on making my point clear that there are just idiots that don't know the difference between video games and reality. If you're like over the age of 18, you're playing with somebody under 18. Alright, don't define, don't like judge them. Like, that's the problem with people. There's too many people that are like just too judgmental and that stuff. They love to say, like, oh, well, this person can do this and that, and the person can't do this and that, you know, and they like to define you based off of the personal information that they demanded from this other person and that stuff. And you know what? They act like little children. And that's obviously what it is. They act like little children, they don't grow up, and they don't know the difference between video games and reality. If there's zero evidence, then I would just quit trying to prove your point that video games do connect with reality. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Like I said here, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel Chuck More. Again, please remember to keep the comments decent, not offensive. And, you know, there's no evidence that video games connect with reality. This is Charles Moore. Have a good day. I wish